Welcome to today's video. I'm sorry, I can't get lighting good today. It's cloudy. I don't have good lighting in here. We're just gonna have to go with it. It's been a day, just in general. Life is lifing right now and I'm getting through it. So let's start off with our April TBR and March reading wrap up. Before we get into all these stats on March, let's go ahead and talk about what I'm going to read in April. I am going to finish Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. As you can see, I am a good chunk of the way through. I think I'm going to pause reading these, not because I don't enjoy them, but I'm trying to do a read and compare to the video, and that's just kind of taking, I don't know, it just seems like a lot right now, so I don't want to stop because I've already done 2 of them, but I don't even know if I'm going to finish that video concept. So anyways, I want to get this one finished, take a break, see if when I come back and finish that video concept. But yeah, so Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. Sirius Black has escaped from Azkaban and everybody's concerned about Harry. They got Dementors all around the school, yada yada. We'll figure out what's going on. I already know what happens, but it's okay. That is what happens, and I'll give a review later. So, spoiler alert to those who watch my TBR Jar Picks my video, but this is one that was picked out. The Charm List by Julie Abel. Ellie is in high school. She's always been a wallflower, but now she wants to step out of her comfort zone. She makes a list of 13 things she wants to do, and one of them is to get revenge on one of the people she was closest with. That goes wrong, and she's just kind of hoping to get out of her shell. And this is a YA romance, so we'll see where that goes. Funny Story by Emily Henry. This is, spoiler alert, part of my 25 in 2025, but I've heard a lot of really good things about this. This is a romance. Daphne is engaged to Peter. Peter and Petra? Why do we have Peter and Petra? His name's just, sorry, side note. Focus. Ugh. So Daphne and Peter are engaged. However, Peter figures out that he's actually in love with Petra. They break up. Petra was engaged to a man named Miles, and Miles and Daphne end up moving in together, falling in love, I'm assuming, and becoming engaged to or dating her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex-fiance. That's how they say it. It says, no way Daphne would actually start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? So I think it'll be romance, it'll be funny, some humor, it'll be fun. We'll get to it. The other one I don't have a physical copy of and I don't know is I plan to read all of A Court of Thorn and Roses, that whole series by Sarah J. Maas. I'll put all the books I plan to read on the list. This is a fantasy world, fays and humans, but she accidentally kills the creature she was not supposed to. Now she has to give up her life, but she's the only one who's able to provide for her family. But she gets pulled into this magical world where in reality mortals would not be able to survive in, but she goes in there and that's where the story starts. I'm pretty excited for that. I tried today to start listening to the dramatized version. Awful. No. I may switch between book and audio if I can get a copy of the audio. I do have all of them on Kindle. I borrowed from the library, so at least I'll read them. But the dramatized version is not for me, so I don't know what it was. It was I wanted them to turn the music in the background down and the sounds and just let my imagination, that's why I like to read. I want to use a little bit of my own imagination. Anyways, yeah, so those are the top books. Those are really all the books I plan to read in April. There may be a few more here and there, but those are the main ones. So now let's get into our March stats, which I will put all the stats and the overtalk about my reading. I feel like I didn't do that great in terms of my enjoyment of the books. I read them, they weren't terrible. I started out really good, and towards the end I just kind of gutted through everything. I did have a DNF, we'll talk about that. Anyways, so I don't know, the stats will speak for themselves whether they were actually a good month or not, but So I did read 10 books this month, which the number is not that bad. It's a little bit more than I thought it was going to be honest. It's been hell at work, and honestly, it's going to be hell for a few more months. Yeah, so I'm not going to be as consistent in uploading. I'm going to be trying to get stuff through. Hopefully my quality is not terrible, because I do enjoy doing this, so we'll see. But let's just start with my biggest disappointment, because obviously that would be my DNF. It by Stephen King. There's a world where this clown goes and like makes murders, but nobody knows it's a clown. Then it starts happening again, and these people come back. I literally got to this much, and I just had to keep reading. I did not enjoy this book. And I do like Stephen King. Rose Madder is my favorite book. I really like Pet Sematary. So I think some of it was the length of it. We have a guest. Hold on. Sorry. He's trying on his brother's. You get through? Yeah, you got it? Yeah. Oh, you're making it. Okay. It was just long. It wasn't engaged, and I felt like I kept getting restarted, and there was a time when I really wanted to read this, but I just didn't, and I wasn't in the mood. Maybe I'll come back to it. I did pick this up because of a TBR jar picks my book, and I was just not in the mood. I'm going to call it a hard DNF because I don't know that I'm ever really going to get invested enough in picking this up again. But yeah, most disappointing. It just wasn't engaging me. It was just too long. I was not in a Stephen King type of book this month. The biggest surprise is going to be Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This was one that I had seen a lot of reviews of before, and I wasn't ever really interested in, but I randomly saw somebody on TikTok or like a YouTube short. I don't know. The way they described it was perfection and intrigued me, and I instantly went. I had to read it, I had to buy it, and so worth it. I am so intrigued to finish the series. I just think it's really well done, really well executed, pacing, world building. I really am intrigued by the world and how it works and where it left off and how all these things are going to come together. The Thunderhead, the Scythe Kingdom, in this almost utopia world. So I just think I really enjoyed this, and I was just surprised that, let me say this, it was one of those, like, I got sold on it one time, but I had not been sold on it for so long that I was kind of like, am I going to regret this decision? And I didn't. And it took everything in me not to just go ahead and finish the series. And to be honest, I don't know why I didn't. I should have. And that maybe is end of year goal. So really highly recommend. And this was my biggest surprise. Favorite could also be kind of considered a biggest surprise, but Men Have Called Her Crazy by Anna Marie Tendler. I don't know who Anna Marie Tendler was before this, but I thought the story, and I thought the storyline was intriguing, and I was curious about it. But I think I'm obsessed with biographies and memoirs of people. Just like I get it. Gilmore Girls, Kelly Bishop, like I loved Gilmore Girls. That made sense. But I feel like I've read a few like random memoirs or biographies of people that I didn't know before, and I find them intriguing. Her story is really intriguing. So she kind of has this kind of suicidal ideation, self-harm world, and she goes to get help for it, which is great. You hear a lot of her backstory, her time in this facility, and it's all really intriguing. Her relationship with her original therapist, I'm just shocked by. I need more details on that. Yeah, I've been like Googling her. Very interesting. The interviews and stuff. But yeah, this was most surprising just because I can't get over how much I went on a run, and I was reading this and I just really wanted to keep reading it, but I need to go for a run. So I ended up borrowing the audio from my library because it was available, and like listened to it on a long run. And yeah, I don't usually listen to audiobooks on runs, on walks, yes, but not on runs. But this one I did because I couldn't put it down, and yeah, really enjoyed it. So it's just like a really quick wrap up of all the books that I read in March and my April TBR. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.